Wow, this looks good. I feel good. Do you feel good? What's going on, guys? My name is Tyler. Today, we're gonna be reviewing something very cool, something that I've been using for the last couple months now. Spoiler alert, it is a camera, but it's a camera that is as big as an iPad charger. Let's go. We're gonna be taking a look at the DJI Osmo ACTION camera. You know, action. Like, you know, for action sports and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, you can make anything action. You can make walking out in the rain super action-packed.
I am very wet.
Just did it the other day. It's pretty crazy. But to be honest with you guys, I think what makes this camera really special is the fact that it's DJI's first attempt at making an action camera, which is pretty cool because if you know what DJI is and what they do, I'm a big fan of their drones as well as some of their gimbals, and to see them make a full camera instead of making accessories for cameras, I think is really, really cool. And that's what makes the Osmo Action kind of unique, right? Because it's not just an accessory to your existing camera, or, you know, it doesn't fly. I mean, unless you throw it, which you could. So I think it's interesting that DJI has come out and said, hey, like, we could do that, right? They see GoPro, they're like, hey, like, we could do that, but like better. And after using it for the past couple months, I'd say they did a really good job. The best feature about this camera though, is the fact that it has two screens. It's got a really small screen up front, but it's full color. So it allows you to see yourself while you're recording yourself. So if you're one of those vlogger types and you're out in public and you don't want to look too suspicious with a large, expensive camera, and instead want a smaller, less expensive camera, but get reasonable quality out of it, this works great for that. And you can see yourself while you're doing it. And then of course on the back, you got your larger screen, which you're gonna be viewing, you know, whatever it is that you capture on. The second best feature about this camera is the fact that it has rock steady, which is basically just DJI's really smooth stabilization software that they put on the camera, which works really well. I've used it while riding my electric skateboard in the city. Yes, I used to ride a skateboard in the city. Yes, I almost got ran over by a bus. Great experience, 10 out of 10. I do have a motorcycle, so I do ride that quite a bit. And I've also used this while riding my ATV. And to be honest, I've never been disappointed with the footage. There's never been a time where I've pulled the camera off and been like, boy, this is garbage. Never again. So yeah, I think that that's kind of the two best features about this camera. In terms of the build quality and that sort of thing, it's made out of like this kind of textured plastic. It's fine. I mean, it serves its purpose. I don't think it would make sense for it to be made out of metal or anything like that. It does come with this plastic cage, which looks very similar to like a GoPro cage or whatever. The cool thing about this though is that this cage isn't what makes the Osmo waterproof. It's waterproof right out of the box, which I think is another one of its great features, is that it's a action camera that just is waterproof. There's no case required, no fancy bag or anything crazy for it. It just works. And I know a lot of action cameras are moving that direction, but it's nice to see that they prioritize that feature on one of their first products. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It takes USB-C, which is nice. More and more things these days are taking USB-C, which is under this little flap thing here. It takes micro SD cards, so just keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the battery, it's about 1300 milliamp hour, so it's a pretty small battery. It's gonna be smaller than like your phone battery, for example. But to be honest with you, after shooting in 4K 60, I've never had too many issues with running out of power. I may have run out of power like once in the time that I've used it, but overall, I've never had any issues. You can buy extra batteries. So if you know that you're gonna be like out in the trails somewhere and you know you're gonna be recording like all day, like I would definitely pick up a couple more batteries just to make sure that you're covered there, because nothing sucks more than to strap your camera on, ride through some sick trail, do some jumps and all kinds of cool stuff, get run over by a bus, I don't know, and then realize that your camera died halfway through, and then you're like, oh man, bummer. So just depends on how you're gonna use it. So I guess that leaves us with the price. Well, how expensive is this thing? You're looking at about 380 bucks on the DJI website, which is strange because if you go to Amazon, it's like 250 bucks. But I bought mine on Amazon I believe for just under 300 bucks. And I think for under 300 bucks, having a 4K 60p capable camera that's waterproof out of the box, that is small and compact in size, has 2 screens, and forgot to mention, the lens cap even comes off the front of the camera. Ooh, my voice cracked right there. Off the front of the camera, which allows you then to put ND filters on and actually allows you to replace this in case it does crack or get damaged. You're not actually cracking and damaging the lens. So I think that was a really thoughtful addition to this design here. So, I mean, yeah, I think it's totally worth it. I think if you're looking for an action camera because you want something that you can take to the beach and you're worried about damaging your camera or your phone, and you want something that you can kind of more or less toss around, I think this is a great option. So, yeah, I would totally recommend this. I would buy more of these if I could, but money, stuff like that. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you liked it, hit the thing. Just do the thing, okay? If you didn't like it, do the other thing. If you have questions, comments, concerns, if you want to learn more about DJI's Osmo Action in more detail, I'll link it below in the description. Otherwise, make sure to subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.